Hey everybody, Artsy Dude here. Welcome again to the Artsy Dude channel. It's the place where creativity is more important than knowledge, but the acquisition of great knowledge, it's an art form, and the two go hand in hand. What a better show to do than my tribute to Richard Dolan. Richard Dolan, I love you, man. And who has better knowledge acquisition than Richard Dolan? Many years of it, in fact. The guy's a great researcher, and I love his new formats that he's been producing and putting out there on YouTube. He's really increased his exposure, and now he's getting a few more pieces of exposure through this channel. Richard Dolan, I salute you, brother. Hey, this is just a short video in the studio, indoors this time, because it's a little warm outside in the art studio somewhere in this great United States of America. You know, I always put things in the background of all my videos to try to give clues to where I am geographically within this great country. So, if you want to take a guess, please do so, and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. At some point, somebody will probably make the correct guess, but in the meantime, it's kind of a fun little thing to do. So recently, Richard Dolan did a show, and I watched it, and it was all about UFOs and beyond, I think it was called. Gosh, just like him now, I'm forgetting my lines when I get to the point when I need to remember them. Anyways, it was a great show, 20-minute format. I try to keep my shows to about 10 minutes. I don't have nearly as much to say, or I'm not nearly as articulate as Richard Dolan is in his delivery, but I do like to pontificate. As one of my friends, Alien Protocols, just recently did a video, he brought out a new book that was just published recently, and this is great. This book is fantastic. It's by Edgar Mitchell and the Free Foundation, written by a number of PhDs. It's fantastic. It's 800 pages. Look at this thing. It's crazy thick. I mean, Richard Dolan, if you haven't already read it, have at it, buddy, because I would love to see what your breakdown is on it. Lots of great stories about, or I should say studies, not so much stories, but studies in this particular book. So I had another discussion with a friend of mine, Super Sleuth, earlier today. We talked a little bit about what the time frame is for disclosure. Now, a lot of us think that there will never be a full disclosure. Some of us think that there will be a soft disclosure if it hasn't already happened as of December 16th, 2017. I wonder about many of those thought processes. So we were discussing the idea that, and I'm sure it's been bandied about in the internet out there before, but Super Sleuth and I were talking about the idea that our government has been given an ultimatum by one or more alien species visiting our planet. That ultimatum being, if you don't disclose, we will, in a nutshell. And so they've given them a time frame. And we see movies and television shows that are trying to soften the public, trying to get everybody ready for that day when full disclosure will happen. Now, I wonder what that will look like, and I wonder if you guys have any thoughts on that. Richard Dolan? I mean, I throw it out to you, buddy. What do you think? Wouldn't that be interesting if that were the case, that they were given an ultimatum? Either you guys the United States government, the world governments, you disclose, or we will in mass. We will show ourselves, we will make ourselves known. Because if you think of it, the technology, if there was a trade, if there was a treatise, if there was an agreement between our government for technology in order for one or more alien groups to, let's say, abduct humans or animals, cattle mutilations, what have you. And that agreement went awry because, in essence, we have no way of controlling our galactic visitors, how many they would abduct, what kind of experiments they would do, things of that sort. So, if there was an ultimatum that was given, if there was a treaty and it was agreed upon and entered into during the days of Eisenhower or Truman or whoever, I wonder now if those same species have said, look, you've exploited the technology that we've given you, not for the people, but for a small percentage. And we, as a species, can't condone that any further. It's time to expose, to disclose, and to let the people of Earth be part of this new technology, this new paradigm, this new shift. Anyways, I wonder what Richard Dolan would think about that. Super Sleuth and I talked a little bit about it. Talked a little bit about it with some other people as well. And of course, everybody's got a different opinion. So I'm curious just to see what everybody thinks out there. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. I really don't care. I'm not trying to build subscriber base. I'm not trying to make money on this channel. I'm just a creative guy. And I'm putting my thoughts out there and doing a little pontificating if I can. And I really do want to reach out to Richard Dolan and say thank you for all that you do. You are a patriot. You are a super guy. Congratulations on your marriage. You know, I'm glad you got the best chicken place down the street. That makes my mouth water. And you know what? One of these days I'd love to try that chicken, but I don't know where it's at, and it doesn't really matter. But just by you describing it makes my stomach growl. Anyways, Richard, again, I salute you. I hope that you don't take offense to this video or my borrowing your persona. This is all meant in good fun and in respect and as a salute to you. Anyways, take a look at that book, Richard, and let me know what you think. Let your viewers know what you think about that book. It's 800 pages, so it's not going to be a quick digest, I can tell you that. And of course, you may already have it in your library, and you may be already looking at it. I don't know. At any rate, I will sign off for now, as I am rambling again. I don't have a script in front of me. Don't usually use a script, so there you go. Let me point out one thing that I do always sign off with, and that is, please be kind to your animals, okay? Be super kind to your animals out there. Love on them. Be kind to your elders. Take care of them. They've taken care of you. Respect people in social media, okay? Be kind and respectful to each other. We need to change this paradigm of always fighting, you know? It's funny, too. You know, I watch these MMA cage fights, right? I shouldn't say I watch them. I used to watch them years ago. But it's that whole mentality that we have to always be fighting, always. Whether on the football field, you know, in some sort of arena, we have to be fighting all the time. So it permeates our society, this idea of winning and fighting and warring, this tribal mentality. We have to get over that. Wouldn't it be funny if they had cage fights with feathers and you had to tickle the other guy to death until he gave up with a feather? Wouldn't that be funny? Wow. I know what you're thinking. All the MMA cage fighters out there are thinking, dude, you're a pussy. Well, I'm not. It's just that we need to get over this whole ideology of fighting and warring and gladiatorial type encounters all the time. Okay? So, love your neighbors. Be kind to your animals, all right? Take care of your elders. Be kind to each other in social media. You know what I mean? Don't hide behind the mask of the internet, calling people names. Show your face and be kind to them. Okay? I'm showing my face. Well, of course, today I'm not. I'm showing Richard's face out of tribute. So again, everybody, nice to have you on the channel. Look forward to your comments. Love and peace. Bye-bye.